Another important match now. Well, they're all important, of course, but for these two teams, Canada and South Africa, the winner goes through to the plate final to meet Tonga. It's been a wonderful tournament for the Canadians. South Africa and Canada have played 28 times. South Africa absolutely dominant in the records to date, but maybe not so confident going into this game here in Wellington. The Canadians have 6 players who were here last year, so they're building experience for future seasons. It showed with the fact that they topped their group, beating France and Kenya, and just were pipped by Australia by 12-14. This is a Canadian lineup for this important match. South Africans were unbeaten, but they were cleaned out by Fiji yesterday when they were reduced to 6 men after one of their players was yellow carded. They're lying 3rd in the championship points table behind New Zealand and Fiji. Just wonder what their frame of mind is like today. South Africa ready to take on Canada. They were very disappointed after losing to Fiji in their match this morning in their cup quarter-final. 21 points to 5. There was nothing in it at half-time, but they then had a yellow card which allowed Fiji, or assisted Fiji, to get on top of them and win by 21-5. That's the South Africans there. We've had a look briefly at the Canadians, who must really be feeling on top of the world here. It's not often they capture 2 or 3 big scalps, and certainly not often they finish on top of their pool after day 1. Man with the ball is Kieran Hearn, ready to start. Federico Anselmi of Argentina blows for the start. South Africa playing from the left. They gain possession from a kick which didn't quite go 10 metres, but having possession, they keep it. And they're into Canadian half. Nice little run from Delport. Right at his side there, Cecil Africa. And it really is Carlton Canada, who made a big impression, haven't they? They've done things right, they've improved, and they would dearly love to knock the South Africans over.
Oh, would they what? The South Africans, it'll be interesting to see what tactics they use. They really did slow it down. Their quarter-final, let's see if they speed it up and use the likes of Cecil Africa and Delport.
Oh, beautiful offload there by Nanyak Dalla. He's wearing the number 3 for Canada with the ball there. Gives it to Hirayama, the man who kicked a magnificent conversion to give them a good victory. Here we go. Hirayama again. Nice ball with Harris and Hearn getting ready. This is Dalla once more. They're inside the 10-metre mark and turning over the ball very quickly indeed. Sean Duke now smashing it up to the South Africans. Hirayama. Has this man got the pace? Taylor Paris. Oh, he has, and he gets in. Oh, that's a great start. Very good start for Canada.
That's the perfect start, John. This guy started a half-back in the quarter-final, didn't have the best day in defence, but going forward, he's brilliant. He does it again, Taylor Paris. Just look at the confidence in him. As soon as he got that ball, and it's a great ball from Hirayama. Here's Sean Duke, he takes it up with authority. South Africa, they challenge, but they knock it off. Kyle Brown, that pops out. Hirayama just draws on Cecil Africa, just gives Taylor Paris that little bit of time on the outside.
Hirayama had missed a conversion in front of the posts yesterday, which he was horrified about against Australia, which would have given them a draw. It didn't matter because Canada did finish top of the pool anyway, but he has kicked some long-range conversions. That's another.
Great thing for mine too, John, is when they played Samoa, a lot of people would have thought they would have got out-muscled. They didn't. They weren't intimidated. Unlucky. They went into extra time and just got beaten by Lolalui penalty.
That's right. It was that last-minute conversion by Hirayama, wasn't it? That sent it into extra time. It's now taken down by Kyle Brown. He and Cornell Hendricks and Frankie Horn were pretty impressive in a losing performance against Fiji, particularly in that first half when they kept this, I think it was 0-0 at half-time in that match. The rain was falling then. Conditions have improved somewhat. Players with much more confidence now. Prinsloo pounded and battered to the ground by 2 Canadians.
See South Africa here just slowing it down. Delport, more experience. In tandem with Cecil Africa in charge of leading the South African ship, who looked pretty dominant yesterday on day 1, but when it comes to day 2, it all starts again.
7-0, late semi-final. The winner played Tonga, who accounted for France a few moments ago. It's Prinsloo, and those broken lines there are the Canadian 10-metre mark. Almost centre field, which is a great position to be in, Carl.
That's right, and you've got the likes of South Africa going to go outside. Paul Delport, what they're doing here, they'll just try and see what the defence of Canada are going to do. Try and manipulate the defence, look for the mismatch.
Spot tackle almost completed by Sean Duke, but it did slow the attack down. Prinsloo running out of his supports. They moved in front of him. He couldn't release the ball. Back there for Delport. Delport, nice little swing to the inside. That's not a bad pass either, which finds Hendricks. They could well be on even terms in a moment.
I know this guy in the bright pink boots, Cornell Hendricks, gets the 5-pointer. That try was built and made by Cecil Africa. He come from the right side, did the dummy run around Delport on the left. That's what opened the hole. Delport recognised where the space was. It was out to the right where that guy Hendricks was in waiting. Just a magnificent step. Just Cornell Hendricks, a nose for the line. This guy. This will be a good shot of it. John C. Cecil Africa just to left of your screen. He's going to loop round Delport. He's going to work off the ball. See, they drift, wait for support. Yuriyama can't get there, and Delport recognises where the space is. They've drawn the defence of Canada across. Just a left foot step. That's a great, well-constructed try by South Africa.
Yes, it's one thing, and a good reminder to viewers that you don't necessarily watch the ball all the time. It's what's happening off the ball. And some players are in the team because of just that, what they do off the ball, isn't it? There's a good drive again from South Africa. They've certainly got the territory advantage now, and they're starting to swing into action. Kyle Brown to the line, 2 tries within a minute by the men in green. South Africa, who are ranked 3rd in the HSBC series, just behind Fiji and New Zealand. And to remain in touch with those top teams, South Africa really need to win this plate.
And I just think that the introduction of Paul Delport in the number 9 jersey for South Africa, just holding those people up around the rucks. I know Branka de Pria has had a good tournament, but I think against Fiji, this is what South Africa should have used. That man, the number 9, just controls that space there, holds them up. He's always thinking, always creating options, and he's made the difference so far in this semi-final.
14-7, South Africa.
Kyle Brown and Cornell Hendricks now have scored tries for South Africa. They lead by 14-7 after being down by 7 points to 0. Well, most of the play has been down the right-hand side. That's Canada starting well. But now under pressure. Here's the man you've been talking about, Paul Delport. And the first try scorer, Cornell Hendricks. Oh, he's a lovely runner. My word, that's taken 3 Canadian defenders out of play. Flick on, finds Mark Richards. And a knock on by Hirayama will probably bring the first half to an end. No, there's a penalty being awarded to Canada.
That movement deserved the try, but it was great scrambling defence from Canada. Will they just kick it out to the half? Yes, they will.
So 3 tries scored in the first 7 minutes of this late semi-final. The winner of this match, Canada and South Africa, will play Tonga in the final at half-time. It's South Africa leading by 14-7. But really at 14 points to 7, certainly Canada will feel they're still into it, still in it.
Yeah, but as you said, John, in their first half, they found themselves deep in their own territory for a lot of that first 7 minutes. That guy on screen, Cecil Africa, who let us has to start taking control. It's been his halfback partner, Paul Delport, running the cutter, but as the Canadian team tires, I'm sure he'll start stepping up. And number 10 for South Africa.
An early strike by Canada would bring them right back into this match. 14 points to 7. They've started it well through Connor Trainer.
Great work there from the number 6. Kyle Brown again on the kickoff. He's worked tirelessly in that area for South Africa this weekend.
Horn at the front there wearing the number 3. It's won by the Canadians. Again, it's Connor Trainer in action. Riyama looking to free it onto Duke. Well hounded, and Africa was just watching him all the time. Made sure of the tackle. Canada physical at the breakdown, but losing that ball. Hendricks, who scored one of the early tries. Delport, Horn. Not the speedster, but very solid and standing for a long time in that tackle. Trainer. Kick and chase, which has worked well for some teams, and it may work well here for Canada. Well, this could be a vital moment. Who got there first? It looked to be Taylor Paris, and he does get the try, his second of the match.
It was a well-taken one too. Sean Duke recognising that South Africa were on attack. He created the turnover. So they were all flat, the space was in behind, and he put the chip through. And just look at the young man, Taylor Paris, just overtake Sean Duke. Kept his head, toed it ahead with his left foot, and this will be interesting to see, and he won that. Good call.
Yes, Mark Richards might have claimed it, but he didn't get a hand on it. Hirayama, another excellent conversion. He's kicked some big ones at this tournament here in Wellington. He kicked a mighty one against Samoa to level the scores at 12-all to send that match into extra time. And now he's leveled the score against South Africa. Taylor Paris making his mark in this game. Deep kick, and the Canadians come up in a line. They have a sweeper back there, and Kieran Hearn, who you can't see, but all the rest went up there in the line to make sure that South Africa didn't get much freedom. Now maybe the sweeper will be brought into play. He will be, but it's useless for Canada now. Kieran Hearn was asked to make the tackle, but the man who made the break, Cornell Hendricks, had Stefan Dippenaar right at his shoulder. He appeared in a flash.
It was a great bit of skill. The man in number 5 jersey, Cornell Hendricks, was a low pass. He caught it right on his bootlaces. Went at speed, punched through the hole, kept his balance. He's a lovely balance runner. It's Cornell Hendricks. Drew in the last defender. And the sweeper, to see him here, rolls out. They come up in defence to Canada. Just draws and pass. Another bit of reward there for support play for the new man on the field, Stephen Dippenaar.
His international rugby sevens debut tournament, Stephen Dippenaar. And now the pressure goes back on the North American team, the Canadians. Done so well here. Just mentioning, they failed by 2 points against Australia, but they beat France and Kenya and took Samoa into extra time, so it's been a very, very successful, rewarding tournament. Must boost their confidence. Wow! Breaking again! If he can get that down, he could not. It looked to be held up.
There was some pretty average tackling from the Springboks players, but that guy who just scored the try got back and held it up. Good, brilliant work. What about the determination on this guy, Jeffrey Hasler? What a galloping type of run. Delport gets left behind. Another one there. Look at the man in the number 4 jersey. Does well, rolls over. And he stops his momentum right there. Just the right foot of the number 4, Stephen Depenaar, just holding it up. Great work.
Touch.
It's a superb try-scoring, try-saving tackle. 21-14, 2 minutes remain. South Africa putting the pressure on at scrum time. Hiriyama finding Hearn, and Hearn this time in the tackle of Delport. Canada can smile here in Wellington. They've done exceptionally well.
Just watch it here. They've done everything right in South Africa. They've numbered up, but just watch Hendricks. He puts his head down too early, gets his arms out instead of using his shoulder. And Hearn's just too big for that. You've got to put their right shoulder and everything. And the arm's not going to get it done there against the big man.
Oh, off the post this time. He might be the most accurate kicker out there, Carl. I haven't taken too much notice of statistics for conversions, and they often supply false information because a lot of the kicks are in front of the post, but he's kicked a few from on the side that I've seen over 2 days.
Would have been important too to lock it up. They've got a minute here. Try and force this game, John.
21-19. Of course, South Africa need to be careful that they don't concede a penalty, because with Hiriyama so capable, they'll be sure to take it.
Here's the option you run at training. The best attacking move right now. 30 seconds left. You need to get into a final. You need a try. You need any score you can. Drop goal. Franco de Preer, sorry, comes on. Big moments in this match.
Delport leaves the field. Taylor Paris, the man who scored 2 tries, loses the ball. Well, he didn't, but in very quickly was du Preez, and that might be a telling move there, and this might be even more telling. Depenaar, we know how fast he is. Tackles being made by Canada. South Africa might just take it to the touchline. They do, and that will be it, surely. South Africa have just beaten Canada to go through to the plate final. 21 points to 19. They were able to just get possession from that feed to the scrum by Canada. Denied Canada the chance to win the match. And so the men in green go through for one more game against Tonga. They're into the final of the plate. 19 to Canada, 21 South Africa. Close match, but the South Africans are through to the final of the plate.